Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is 16th of December and it is Wednesday. Now, I was about to say Wobble Wednesday because that's what I normally say, but of course today is going to be slightly different. Today is Wheelchair Wednesday because alliteration is my thing. So slightly different one today. Same session as normal, except today is me focused for people who are wheelchair users. If you are seated for most of the time, this is for you, really. The reason I'm doing this is I want to try and put together a series of videos, of exercise videos for wheelchair users, and this is my little test run. I want you to give me feedback if you don't mind. I'm serious about this. Please let me know in the comments below down there whether you find these exercises for wheelchair users useful, whether they're too easy, too hard, where I'm going right, where I'm going wrong. I need your feedback. If you're especially if you're a wheelchair user, I need your feedback to let me know if I'm on the right track, whether these kind of things will be useful for you or not, whether I'm focusing on the wrong or right things. Just let me know your experience of what we're going to do today, and then I can make it better, because you know best, you know better than me. So welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday. So my board has got lots of writing on to help me remind myself of everything I'm going to do. So forgive me as I look down and just read off it for sometimes, okay? So in my eyes, if for wheelchair users there are two major problems when it comes to exercise. First of all, knowledge, knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, knowing what exercises to do, how to do them. And also confidence, and these can sort of blend into each other a little bit. Letting people know, is exercise actually helpful? Is it safe? Are people going to hurt themselves even more? Should they be doing exercise if they're a wheelchair user? They seem to be two big problems. What to do, how to do it, and whether we should actually do it. Now, fingers crossed, if you know me, you already know the answer to the second question there. Yes, we should be exercising, being active, keeping ourselves fit and strong and healthy. Hopefully, with a bit of knowledge, with more knowledge, that confidence will increase. We will have more confidence. We will believe that it is good for us, healthy for us, and safe for us with more knowledge. That's just the way I feel. So these videos I'm hoping to put together will increase both of those things, knowledge and confidence. When it comes to practical things, wheelchair users, when it comes to the body, I've seen tend to need help and improvement in the two things I'm going to focus on today: core strength and posture. If we are sat a long time, common things that can happen, and this is for whether a wheelchair user or not, just any of us who are sat for a long time, we tend to start to slouch. We don't use our core, our stomach muscle. By core, I mean stomach in the front, the sides, the back, this entire kind of corset region, this middle band around here, our core. So those muscles start to deteriorate and get weaker. And our posture, we tend to slouch, slump forwards. And that's where the upper back gets weaker. So those are the two things I'm going to focus on today. Ways to help strengthen the core, our corset bit around here, and posture, which tends to be the upper back, sitting tall there. Because we tend to rely on the backrest. We sort of slump back onto the chair and rely on the backrest to hold us up. We become, as I've mentioned this before in other videos, we become less independent and more reliant on the chair and just slouch there. So core and posture are going to be the two big things I'm going to focus on today. So moving on, requirements. Okay then, tools you're going to need. A resistance band. We're going to be using resistance bands today. There are many other tools you can use, but just for simplicity today, we're going to go over a few things using resistance bands. There are many kinds out there. If you're unsure, then on the website, then I've written a post which with links and explanations of the various kinds of home equipment you can use, which involves a lot of resistance bands. They've got links to places you can get them from, and explanations, stuff like that. So if you're unsure, go have a look at the website, which happens to be neatly linked up in the comments and in the description up there. Go have a look there, and I talk about various resistance bands. We're going to need to anchor these resistance bands somewhere solid. Safety first, it's going to have to be somewhere solid, somewhere secure. We are going to put some real stretch on these bands, and the last thing you want to happen is for that anchor to not be solid, and when it is at full stretch, that anchor to suddenly slip or break or something, and then this resistance band just twangs and someone's going to have an eye out. It's all fun and games until someone puts an eye out. That's what they say. So make sure you anchor it somewhere solid. I'm going to anchor it to my rack over here. You take your time and find a solid place to anchor it. It could be a solid thing, or it could be a person that you trust. But as I always say, you've got to trust them, because there's real scope for mischief when it comes to elastic. So someone you trust. And the last bit you need to know about, requirement, is the clock, basically. So this is all mirror image, so we'll see if we can do this. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, yeah? So we're going to be changing our orientation. We'll be facing in various ways. You need to know where the anchor is in relation to you. 12 o'clock is right in front. 3 o'clock is out to your right hand side, directly to your right hand side. 6 o'clock is directly behind you. 9 o'clock is directly to your left hand side. I'll be using these, I'll be describing the orientations using the clock method, okay? So make sure you know your clock, okay? 12, 3, 6, 9 o'clock. So they are the requirements. Let me just put my band there. Okay, oh, one last thing. The anchor point for the band should be approximately chest height. A few inches higher, a few inches lower if you want, but roughly chest height, okay? That's where we're going to want our band anchored, okay? Right then, enough chat. Let's get started. We're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to do a short warm-up of what we've used before. If we're a wheelchair user, these are going to be the big things when it comes to core and posture exercises. So, shoulder rolls. I bang on a lot about these, especially for posture. These are going to be important. We're going to repeat these a lot. So, shoulder rolls, we're going to roll like so. Or if we can, roll our arms back like so. And I'll say why we're going to do that. Sit away from the backrest. Make sure there's no backrest behind us. But, as I've said before, if we're rolling our shoulders back or rolling our arms back, that is going to help us sit tall and use these muscles in the upper back there to get our posture. When we are slumped, we tend to be forwards and the shoulders come forwards, and it becomes very difficult. Ow, actually it hurts doing that. It becomes very difficult to shoulder roll properly. If we sit tall and do the shoulder rolls, this helps us sit tall with our posture and strengthen our upper back. So we're just going to do 5 simple shoulder rolls. Off we go. 1, or the bigger move, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. So you can do small move or big move, doesn't matter, but it's all about shoulder rolls there. Twists, these are another important one. We're going to be sat tall, sat away from the backrest. Twisted Sarahs. We're going to twist side to side. So we're not going to twist like that. We are going to be tall, and they do a big move one way and a big move the other way. We're going to do an even number. We're going to do 6, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, because the shoulder rolls are very important, we're going to repeat them. We're going to do another 5. 5 more arm or shoulder rolls. Off we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, it's all about chest out, shoulders back. The side bends are next, again, because we're working on our spine. So bending down sideways and the other sideways, okay? If we can, we get the other arm up and over. We're going to do an even number again. We're going to do 6 of these. Off we go. Side bends, 1, 2. So again, we're transitioning through this tall position here. 3, we're not just going to slump side to side like so. We're going to go through that tall position. 4, 5, and 6. And again, sat tall. And because the shoulder rolls are very important, we're going to do a final 5 now, the shoulder rolls. Okay, off we go. So 5, smaller ones if you want. 4, or if you can, bigger ones. 3, 2, and 1. So that's a nice short warm-up, if you like, just to get the major bits moving. So our first main exercise. So we're going to have the anchor point at 12 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to face my anchor point seated. My resistance band is there, straight in front of me at 12 o'clock. We're going to do the one-arm row. Okay. To make this exercise easier, you wheel your chair forwards, get closer to the anchor point. To make it harder, wheel your chair backwards and be further away from the anchor point. You decide which version you want to do, easier or harder. But we're going to be, again, sat tall. I'll repeat this a million times. Do not be leaning back against the backrest. Pretend it's not there at all, okay? Be as independent as you can. Sit tall, away from the backrest, okay? You're going to hold on with one arm. Doesn't matter which side, we're going to do both sides. Sit tall, and we're going to row, pull that arm back, and let our whole body twist. Actually, I'm going to do the other side so you can see. So my arm pulls back, and see my body, my chest, everything is going to twist as I do that. But again, I am not touching the backrest at all. So we're going to do 25 seconds on one arm, then 25 seconds on the other arm, okay? So don't forget, the anchor point is at 12 o'clock, straight in front of me. Holding on with one arm, closer is easier, further away is harder. 25 seconds, off you go. Sat tall, pull, stretch that resistance band, twist the body, and under control you recover. And then repeat. Twist the body and repeat. Shoulder blades are pinching back. So we're thinking of sitting tall here. Well, this is our posture. We're using our upper back to pull this band. That's going to help strengthen the upper back, which is all about posture. And that twist uses our core, this corset region down here. There's a lot of things going on in that one exercise. That was our 25 seconds, and now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, okay? If you don't have use of both sides, for now, just repeat on the good side, okay? But if we can, we will do the same on both sides. Sat tall, twisting and stretching, 25 seconds. So this is a one-arm band row. We're rowing a boat, basically. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stretch the band, twist the body, and under control, you return. And then repeat. Pull, twist, and recover. Remember, we are not touching the backrest. We're not relying on the backrest at all. We're relying on our strength in our core, strength in our upper back, strength in our arm to make this move happen. We're being self-reliant. We're relying on ourselves, not the chair to help us. That's our 25 seconds. So that is our first exercise. Nice and simple. We've done it before, but very good. The one-arm band row, okay? Now, hopefully that was okay for you. Now, you can do this in real time, or you can practice it, watch back on the catch-up service and repeat as often as you like. Practice as much as you can. But let us know in the comments below how that goes for you. Is it helpful? Is it too easy? Is it too hard? Whatever. Let us know. Give me feedback on how you find that exercise, okay? Our next one is going to be the Pallof. Again, we've done this in previous sessions, but we're going to go over it now. Very good for our core. We need to change the setup slightly. The anchor point is exactly the same, except now I'm going to change my orientation. I'm going to be facing, I'm going to turn 90 degrees. The anchor is going to be right over there on my left-hand side at 9 o'clock, okay? So the anchor is at 9 o'clock. Easier version is to sit close to the anchor point. Harder version is to sit further away from the anchor point. Again, experiment. Find out what works best for you. So again, I repeat this a million times. Imagine there's no backrest back there. You're going to be sat tall, holding on tight with both hands if you can. Stretch that band and hold it tight into your sternum there, right in the middle of your chest, okay? This is the setup point. Sit tall, shoulders back and down. Again, no backrest. Imagine it's not there. Anchor point at 9 o'clock, and all we're going to do is just point our arms out at 12 o'clock and hold it there and breathe in and out. Now, hopefully, when we do that, you're going to feel a twisting and pulling as that band is trying to pull us sideways and twist us out of shape. We're not going to let that happen. Anytime we need, we just pull it back in, reset, recover. Okay? Again, we're not going to get pulled around. We're in charge. Now, actually, that was a bit too easy for me, so I'm going to move away slightly, a bit further away from the anchor point. So, middle of the chest there, middle of the sternum, chest up, shoulders back and down, and then stretch the arms out to 12 o'clock. Anchor point is over at 9, and I'm breathing. Now I'm working more. This band is trying to pull me out of shape. I am resisting it and keeping myself solid there. And I'm breathing for 3, 2, 1. And then I pull it back in and relax and go, oh my God, that was hard work. Now, if you do that well, if you adjust your distance properly, you're going to feel that a lot in your core, this corset region on the front and sides especially, okay? I'm going to do one more on this side and then I'm going to swap over, okay? So again, don't forget, sit tall, be independent, pull it, press firm into the middle of your sternum. This is where we set up, chest up, shoulders back, and then we stretch our arms out at 12 o'clock. Remember, the anchor is at 9 o'clock. And I breathe. I don't let the band pull me out of shape. For 3 breaths, 2 breaths, 1 breath, and relax. So, if you're doing that well, the band is trying to pull us sideways and pull us around like so. We're going to use our core muscles, all these muscles around the corset region there, to keep our spine, keep our body upright and not get pulled out of shape, okay? Simple, very simple, but it can be really hard work. You just adjust, like I said, make it easier, sit closer to the anchor, harder, sit further away. Now, to do the other side, we just spin 180 degrees. We just turn around. So now, the anchor point is at 3 o'clock, directly to my right-hand side. 3 o'clock there. And I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to go over this quickly because you can't see me. I'm pointing the wrong way. But again, we sit tall. Imagine there's no backrest. Arms locked tight into the middle of the sternum. Sit tall. Press out in front. And breathe for 3, 2, 1. Again, don't let the band pull us, drag us out of shape. We are sat tall and being independent. And you'll feel it, hopefully, all around this corset region, your core there. Whatever you do on one side, do the same on the other side if you can. Now, I know some of you will have weaker sides. That doesn't matter. Do whatever you can, okay? But that is your Pallof press using a band. Again, like I said, I am genuinely after your feedback. Please let me know in the comments below how you find this exercise. Actually, how you find my explanations. Am I too complicated? Am I too simple? Am I teaching granny to suck eggs? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Give me some feedback. How am I doing showing you these exercises? So the next one then, bows and arrows. Again, we've done this in previous sessions, so hopefully for long-term listeners, viewers, this shouldn't be anything new for you. But bows and arrows, again, posture and especially upper back, okay? Anchor point is exactly the same over there. Again, over at 9 o'clock, okay? I'm going to be using my right arm and the anchor is at 9 o'clock. Again, sat close is easy. Sat further away is harder. My job is to sit tall, pretend there's no backrest there. Sit tall, pretend I'm Robin Hood. I'm holding a bow over there. I'm not going to use this arm for the moment though. And I'm just going to draw the string of the bow, draw it back, and then recover. This arm, this hand rather, stays close to my body. Like if we were drawing a normal bow and arrow, I'm not going to draw it by pulling the string out here somewhere. I'm going to draw it close to the body like so. Same here. It's not going to come out there somewhere. Keep it close to the body, draw it across. The band is touching my body there, and recover. And that's the move, simple as that, drawing the bow. One elbow comes back, the shoulder blade works hard, sitting tall, draw it back. Sitting nice and tall, don't get pulled in or anything. You stay upright, and then recover. And we'll repeat that a few times. Pull it back, shoulder blades pinch, and recover. Don't forget, sit closer to the anchor, and now that's much easier. If I sit further away from the anchor point, and now suddenly I'm having to really pull hard and use a lot more arm, a lot more upper back, a lot more core, a lot more belly to stabilize and control that move. You have an experiment, you play, you practice, and adjust the position that works best for you. And of course, this is using one side. Draw it back, close, touch into my body there. It's not sticking out there, it's close in. And you want to feel a lot of work in that upper back. Bows and arrows. That's using one side. And again, to do the other side, would spin 180. Again, you're going to have a lovely view of my back now. So now I'm using my left arm, and the anchor point is at 3 o'clock. But I would do the same thing. I would draw that bow back. Hopefully you can see my upper back, shoulder blades pinching together, and then relaxing. Pinching together, and then relaxing. This elbow is doing the work. Don't let it drop down. We want to keep that elbow perpendicular, parallel, that's the word. We want to keep that elbow parallel to the floor. And again, I'm not, oh my God, pulling myself over. I'm sitting tall and resisting the band. I am moving it, it is not moving me. But you get the idea. And that's using the other side. That is your bows and arrows. A good solid pull. Again, using your core, using your upper back there. I'm saying this often, but I'm saying it again. Please let us know in the comments below how you're finding this. Are these exercises suitable for you? Are they too easy, too hard, too complicated, too simple? Am I waffling too much? I need your feedback to let me know how I can best do these videos, because I want to put together a little series, especially of these. Anyway, next one. This now happens to be our exercise of the week. What a coincidence. Someone may have even thought of this in advance. Would that ever happen? Not while I'm about now. Anyway, exercise of the week. The anchor point now is going to be at 6 o'clock, directly behind me. Okay, so I would spin my chair around, make sure the brakes are on solid, make sure they are secure. Especially with this one, if anything goes wrong, we will get tipped backwards. So make sure that you and your chair are not going to get tipped backwards. So if you're unsure, have someone there standing behind, making sure that your chair isn't going to tip, okay? But we're going to be using our belly, our core, a lot of our core, and our arm as well. The punch. So the anchor point is at 6 o'clock. If I sit closer to the anchor point, it's easier. If I sit further away, it's harder. You adjust, you experiment. You're going to hold on to your band, keep your elbow nice and high, and all you're going to do is you're going to punch at 12 o'clock. So remember, the anchor is at 6, your target is at 12, and you're just going to punch forwards and then under control, return. Now this one especially, pretend there's no backrest. You're going to want to, especially when you start punching, you're going to want to boom, sit back in your seat. Don't you dare let that happen. Sit tall, pretend there's no backrest there. Use your stomach muscles to keep your body forwards as you punch and twist, and then recover. Again, see how my body is twisted one way? As I punch, it twists the other way, and I recover. I really am flogging a dead horse here, I know. Pretend there's no backrest. Punch, sit forwards, twist in, recover. Punch, twist, recover. Again, you're going to use this arm, but we're thinking about all this core muscle down here. It's doing two jobs. It's keeping us forward, stopping us from collapsing back, and also it's twisting us as well. It's doing multiple jobs, which is exactly what we want of it, to be able to do all these different things. So don't forget, sitting back makes it easy, sitting forwards makes it harder. You adjust. That's one side. Of course, exactly the same thing on the other side. Anchor is at 6 o'clock. My target is at 12 o'clock. I'm sitting tall, I'm not leaning back. My body's twisted one way to start off with, and when I punch, my body twists the other way. I'm using my core, and then I recover. Twist in, drive in, use my stomach muscles, and recover. I am not collapsing back in my seat. I'm relying on myself, not the chair, and I recover. A nice big punching move, under control. And don't forget, if you want to make it easier, you sit further back, or you move your chair further back, closer to the anchor point. If you want to make it harder, move your chair further forwards, away from the anchor point. But, like I said, safety first. With this one, might be an idea, first time to do it, have someone standing behind you, just in case your chair topples back. It all depends on your body weight, your strength, and the balance of the chair. Make sure someone's there just in case to see how it goes. That is our punch. Again, we're using the arm. We're using a lot of the core there. And again, because I really do mean this, I'm going to make you sick to death of me saying this. Please let me know in the comments below. Give me some feedback, constructive criticism. How are these things for you? Are my descriptions any good? How can I improve the descriptions? How can I make them make more sense? Are the exercises themselves suitable for you? Are they any use for you? Please let me know your actual experiences in the comments below, because I want to be as good as this as I possibly can, and I need you to help me do that. Thank you very much. The last one, this is the last one, dead simple. Again, this is about posture. No equipment needed with this one, just going to use our arms. It all boils down to, yet again, about our posture and our ability to sit tall and not collapse under gravity, because we're all guilty of it. Gravity collapses us down, we sit down and go, oh God, there we go. We're all about sitting tall. So simply reach for the skies. Again, pretend there's no backrest. Sit tall, hands close to your close to your shoulders there, elbows underneath the hands, and then all we're going to do, we've got our forearms there, they're nice and vertical, the point is straight to the ceiling, yeah? And all we're going to do is just reach for the skies. Nice and tall, high as you can. At this point here, ask ourselves, can I get half an inch more of a stretch? And then I recover. And I repeat. I reach up, go as far as I can, and then accept I can actually do a tiny bit more. Stretch, and then recover. Seen from the side, again, what we don't want, if we're slouched there, when we reach up, that is about as good as it's going to get. However, the more I stretch up, the more I sit tall, the more I stick my chest out, you notice I can get so much higher, much more vertical, and I'm going to reach up and try and reach the ceiling, and then recover. And then reach for the ceiling. No matter where I get to, I can almost certainly do some more. So reach for that last half centimetre, and then recover. And that is empty-handed. And that alone is a pretty damn good workout, just there, just empty-handed. If you want, depending on how advanced you are, if you want, you can, of course, add extra weight. But it's exactly the same thing. Forearms will be vertical. This won't work if we're slouched, because angles are completely wrong. We will need to be nice and tall, and we stretch up and then recover. But like I said, these are just more advanced versions. Empty-handed is very good. Just, even for me, empty-handed is good. Reach for the skies, super tall, except we can go a tiny bit further, And then relax and repeat. Reach for the skies. We can, yes, I've said that, we can make that harder if we want, but probably we won't need to, depending on how athletic you are. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises there. Yep, that's time for me to finish. So 5 basic exercises, all suitable and all kind of aimed at wheelchair users. Aimed at helping with core, helping with posture. 2 things which, to be honest, all of us need, no matter who we are, whether we're wheelchair users or not. But especially if we are wheelchair users. Like I said before, I want to try and put these into a series of videos and everything, add to it, build on it. This is my little dress rehearsal, if you will. I need feedback from you. I need some constructive criticism. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. Is this suitable? Too easy? Too hard? Too complicated? Too simple? Am I rambling too much? How can I make this better for you? Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to try and do this over Christmas, so we'll have a nice video series in the new year. Fingers crossed. But let me know. Thank you very much. Everything back to normal tomorrow. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.